Alright then, lads, welcome back to Kossi's Arsenal podcast. My name is Kossi, and we are back again. This weekend, we take on Newcastle at home. It's more like a resilient test, you know. It's more like how do we bounce back? That's the big question, and I'm going to go through our starting lineup, my starting lineup, and Mikel Arteta's starting lineup. But the big question about that game is how do we bounce back? Because, like I say during during my match reaction against Liverpool, yes, it was a game that we wanted to win. Yes, a couple of heartbreaks in there. I wasn't really heartbroken, I'm telling you, for first. But look, if you're heartbroken against Liverpool, if you're disappointed against Liverpool, this is the real game. If Arsenal can bounce back from that loss against Liverpool, because for me Liverpool was miles ahead, and is still miles ahead of Arsenal in terms of quality, in terms of cohesion, strategic plans, and everything. They are way above us. It could take us around 3-4 years, to recruit in the same way that they are doing, and also to do the same thing. But against Newcastle, first and foremost, we have to acknowledge the fact that Newcastle are having their manager, Eddie Howe, for the first time on their touchline. The first game that they played last weekend, it was 3-3 against Brentford. I felt like Brentford could have won that game. I felt like Newcastle could have won that game. Look, I thought it was going to be a very, very open game. And indeed it was. Newcastle 3, Brentford 3. It was a party there. It was a goals galore there. But I think against Arsenal, they're not going to open up like that. If they do, they'll be absolutely stupid. I don't feel like Eddie Howe being his first game on the touchline. I don't feel like it's gonna be an easy game. I don't feel like it's gonna open up like many people think it's gonna open up and just let the goals flow. I think his role as manager at Newcastle is is to make sure that they survive relegation, and you don't survive relegation by just going, at the Emirates Stadium and open yourself so wide, like, you don't care. They do care, and I think that this is the importance of this game. To show that they care, to show that they want to win, to show that a result means a lot. So they will come for a result. I feel like they play some kind of low block. They try to get us on the break through players like Maximin and maybe Joe Willock, players that can actually distribute the ball. They'll try to soak up the pressure. They'll try to find outlets in Maximin and a couple of other players. So what should Arsenal do, and what should be our lineup? That is what I'm gonna be doing during this video. Make sure you smash a like on the video and subscribe as well. Let's get to it. So, honest opinions about this game. If you have any honest opinions about this game, drop them in the comment box. Goalkeeper, I'm going to play a regular 4-4-2. So let's select here a 4-4-2 because I think that's what we played always, and it actually worked out. Right, we've played it, and I was surprised that he played it against Liverpool. But again, I said it was so brave that he did that. So I'm absolutely okay with it. So I'm playing a 4-4-2. In this case, goalkeeper and Ramsdale. There's no question about that. I think still against Liverpool, he was our best player on that pitch. Did whatever he could. So that Arsenal do not actually concede so many goals. It's something that we've got to be very, very, grateful about. That we have a goalkeeper that cares. We have a goalkeeper that cares about conceding. A goalkeeper that doesn't want to concede, and a goalkeeper that always keeps the team intact. I think that's the good thing with Ramsdale. In tomorrow's game against Newcastle, I don't see him doing much. I don't think he's gonna be that busy, right? But there are gonna be moments. Maximin and the likes of Joe Willock. Look, Newcastle have got some quality in there. The likes of Callum Wilson. I don't feel like we shall actually suppress them 90 minutes. They're gonna have some moments, just like Liverpool did, and I just if Ramsdale can be just on half form of the form he was on against Liverpool, I feel like that would do the deal. I mean, it's another game for him to get a clean sheet if he wants. Another game for him to be sung as a hero at the Emirates Stadium at the end of 90 minutes. So centre back partnership, I think we got no problem with this. It's always Gabriel. I'll always go for Gabriel. I've always felt like he's he's developing well. But his centre back partnership with Ben White is also proving to be a little bit strong, actually stronger than I expected. So Gabi and Ben come back at centre back. The big question is who plays at right back and full back. I think Tomiyasu, unless it is for squad rotation, I still think Tomiyasu should be the player that actually plays at right back. And then at left back, guys, let's agree on this. Let Kian come back. Let's play Kian at left, because look, I feel like Nuno is a good player, and I know he's a good player. And if he plays against Newcastle, I won't blame Mikel Arteta, because again, that's a game where you need him. You need him. You need his explosiveness going forward and things like that. But we've got to decide now, right? If Mikel Arteta decides to play Nuno Tavares over Kian, I don't agree with that. I don't agree. I feel like the centre back partnership, Gabriel and Ben White, is decided. The right back is decided. Now we have to decide who plays at left back. For me, it should be Kian. Not because Nuno didn't do well against Liverpool, not because of any personal reasons against Nuno, but of course, look, that lineup, that back four has to be decided. We have to know who plays where, and who's a regular, there. So if Nuno Tavares plays another game, it will definitely look like he's been picked ahead of Kian in pecking order. You don't want that. I don't feel like Nuno is already is ready to take over Kian. So I'm going to play Kian. I'm going to play Tierney there at left back, right? And I wanted to play him at left back, not at right back, really. So let me just change him to right to left back, and then bring back Tommy at right back. Right, so I think that should, Tomiyasu, Gabriel, Ben White, and Tierney, that should be our back four. Yes, I love Nuno, but there's a lot to learn. There's a lot of things to learn for him, and I don't feel like it's really fair for us to, put him under a lot of scrutiny at the moment, like you people were doing, under the Liverpool during the Liverpool match reaction. I feel like was a little bit unfair. So I feel like this is the back four. We have to go for. But of course, Mikel, I won't be surprised if Mikel Arteta there goes for Nuno Tavares, obviously. But like I said, it's gonna create a crisis. It's gonna create moments in the squad. Especially if Tierney gets dropped again. So if you dropped him against Liverpool, that is okay. Don't drop him against Manchester United, Newcastle, West Ham, and Everton, unless it is for issues of fitness and squad rotation. Right. So in the midfield, I think Partey. Look, he didn't really have a very, very good game against Liverpool. I felt like look, many people blamed Albasam Lekonga for being awful, but I feel like that midfield lacks a sense of progression. I feel like we lack a progressive midfielder, honestly. But Thomas Partey should be back with Albasam Lekonga. I've heard of noises calling upon Ainsley Maitland-Niles. I feel like, look, the truth is Lokonga is one of the best players at what he does in the Premier League, being a six. I mean, as simple as that. One of the best players at what he does at Arsenal, being a six, as simple as that. If you play Thomas Partey with Ainsley Maitland-Niles, it's a huge risk, because Ainsley and Partey are known. Look, they don't enjoy that role of being a six, sitting deep and protecting the defense. I feel like Lokonga will do well. Yes, he gave away the ball a lot of time during the Liverpool game. Panic attacks, honestly. Every player in that Arsenal side got panic attacks, and I don't want to blame one player. It was the whole squad. Every player in there, got panic attacks and against Liverpool, and you couldn't actually blame them. It really happens a lot of the time. Emil Smith-Rowe should be the player that plays on the left. I don't know if this is a game where we consider Martin Odegaard coming back. But like I said, it's more like a structure now. So 7 days after losing to Liverpool, the same structure should come back. Smith Rowe, on the left and on the right. Saka. And look, this is gonna be a test of how we come back. Sorry, this is gonna be a test of how we come back, not only in on the pitch and results, but also the fact that we can pick the same team. We can go with the same team. We can trust the same players. We can trust the same squad. Mikel can go for the same squad, the same players. They actually lost the game against Liverpool. If he can do that, I'll give him a massive credit. Then the two strikers, Lacazette and Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, I feel like definitely those have to be the two, unless one of them is injured or something. But I'll play Aubameyang there. And then Lacazette, and of course, I feel like Martinelli should be playing in this game as well. He needs game time. I've already said that, and I'll say it until he gets the game time, either by changing the manager or by any other means. But Martinelli has to be getting game time. Arsenal. So that is my starting 11: Ramsdale, Tierney, which I think if it is Mikel Arteta, is going to play Nuno, Gabriel White, and Tomiyasu. Emil will start. Saka will start. Partey will start. Lokonga will start. Aubameyang and Lacazette will start as well. Unless he decides to go for Nuno Tavares, I don't see a big change, a massive change in this lineup. I speak to you in the press conference reaction.